Hi class, Johan Donua. Here I'm going to show you how to make a chocolate pudding pie. First and foremost, materials that you'll need for this is a whisk, spatula, or you can use a spoon, measuring cup, 2.5 quart glass bowl. I like to use glass bowl, that way you can see if anything stuck to the bottom, how well you mixed your stuff. And for your ingredients for the recipe, already made graham cracker crust. It's my favorite. You can use any type of crust that you want. Chocolate if possible. Milk. It's going to be 2% milk. Another ingredient enhances the flavor. Chocolate milk. Use whole milk, true milk. Pudding we'll be using Hershey chocolate pudding for the pie. So first and foremost, what you want to do, obviously take out a package, have one of them out already for your chocolate pudding pie. Empty 2 into your glass bowl. And I forgot to mention, for the pie crust, you're going to want a 9-inch pie crust for 2 packets. You're going to need 3 cups of milk. What I like to do, 1 cup of regular milk, pour right in there. Obviously, you could add the rest of it if you wanted to. And 2 cups of chocolate milk. Once all of this is added, you're going to whisk it in till everything's broken up. Make sure there's no clumps in it whatsoever. Excuse me for moving the camera over. Again, you want to make sure all the powder is fully dissolved. Try and make sure there's no clumps in there whatsoever. And you want to whisk this around till it gets nice and firm. As you can see in the glass, this is why I like using a glass bowl when you get in there. You don't want any powder left around. Once you start to mix, you'll see it start to come together. And you want to make sure that the chocolate pudding just starts to get nice and firm as you're doing it. I like to move the bowl around, again, as I'm whisking in the opposite direction. So I tend to whisk in a clockwise direction as I move the bowl in a counterclockwise direction. Periodically, I'd scrape the glass, again, just to make sure nothing's left on the bottom and or around the glass, and make sure it's all fully mixed and it's getting dissolved. Again, the reason why I like a glass bowl is because you can see at the bottom there where it starts to get stuck. Don't want any of that left back and or any clumps inside your pie. Bad for someone to take a bite of it and get pouty and get a powdery taste inside your pie. So as you can see, just after about a minute or so, it starts to thicken up, and you don't want this to set too much as you're doing it, because then it's going to be hard to put inside the pie. So that's pretty close to the consistency that we want. I'll do it just for maybe another 40 seconds, minute, just to let it set a little bit more. Then we're almost done, almost at the end of it. So it's looking real good. Not too watery, starting to get real thick. Bring my pie crust over. And here's where I'm going to use my spatula. Want to get as much of it out without messing it up. So use my spatula, get around the edges. Now, depending on how picky you want to be, you need to smooth it out, get it all in the corners. Again, excuse my arm for coming across the video. Pretty much just getting it as close as possible to the edge without leaving it in a certain spot. Again, you can get as fancy as you want with this. You could always add things to it, such as fruits, strawberries, blueberries, whatever you want, and however you like your pie. Got any kids? Kids can lick this. Or if you're just a big kid yourself, you can lick it yourself. Get it all off and clean it. Last thing we have to do is just put our nice little pie inside the fridge. What I like to do is actually save the top part of the pie, plastic piece, put it right over. That way no moisture really gets in there, because if moisture gets inside, as you see with chocolate, it tends to turn white, and you put stuff on top of it. So what I'll do is stick this in the fridge, let it sit for about 3 hours, or till it gets nice and firm, even more. Then you're ready to serve.